feed delivery, personal transport, and other offshore operations, while the small boats are used by supervisor and technicians for routine monitoring, age inspection, and fish health assessment. Next is the organizational structure and management. This organizational chart shows the management and operational structure of the Infanta 1 area. At the top of the managing partner, at the top is the managing partner, who oversees the overall operations of the fund. Supporting management are the accountant and the administrative manager, who handle financial and administrative responsibilities. Farm operations are supervised by the operation manager, together with the supervisor and lieutenant, who ensure the smooth implementation daily activities. The project manager oversees project-related tasks, while the head technician and technical team are responsible for fish health monitoring, water quality assessment, and other technical operations. Harvesting activities are managed by the harvest supervisor and harvester supervisor, supported by the harvest secretaries for documentation and coordination. Human resources and local personnel provide administrative support. So the organization is further supported by operational staff, including feeders, maintenance, personnel, feed distributor, warehouse staff, boat operators, divers, drivers, security personnel, and inventory custodians. Overall, these responsibilities ensuring efficient management and operation of the milkfish farm. And let's proceed to the species culture. The primary species studied during our internship was milkfish, scientifically known as a Chanus chanus. It is the only living member of the family Chanidae and is one of the most important aquaculture species in the Philippines. So, milkfish is a euryhaline species, meaning it can tolerate wide range of salinity levels, allowing it to thrive in marine, brackish, and freshwater environments. It is commonly found in the coastal waters, estuaries, fish ponds, and marine cages. Naturally, milkfish feed on algae, diatoms, saline bacteria, and organic matter. Although in aquaculture, they are fed formulated pellets to support growth. In terms of morphology, milkfish have an elongated and streamlined body cover with small cycloid scales. So they are characterized by a silvery body, olive green back, small toothless mouth, large eyes, and deeply forked tail that enables efficient swimming. Adult milkfish can reach up to 18 meters in length and weight approximately 1.8 meters in length and weight approximately 14 kilograms under favorable conditions. So, milkfish or Chanus chanus is widely distributed throughout the tropical and subtropical waters of the Indo-Pacific region and is recognized as one of the most seeding operation was scheduled. So the next activity was the seeding via flatboat. Seeding is the process of stocking milkfish fingerlings into prepared cages to start a new production cycle. In JNF, they are used two ways of seeding: seeding via flatboat and seeding via drum. Seeding via flatboat is used when the hatchery is located near the culture site. During this process, we first check and prepare the flatboat, including the aeration equipment, water pump, and the root blower to ensure proper water circulation and oxygen supply. So upon arrival at the hatchery, the fingerlings are located using nets and transferred into polyethylene bags, which are then loaded onto the flatboat. So the fingerlings are released into the aerated water on board for transport. So once we reach the culture site, the fingerlings are carefully transferred again and released into the prepared cages. Next is the seeding via drum. Is used when fingerlings are sourced from distant hatcheries. So there are 4 compartments on the top of the drum and filled with 30 ppt salinity level or seawater. Fingerlings are then carefully loaded into each sampling is conducted monthly to monitor the growth performance and condition of the big fish. With approximately 20 fingerlings are randomly selected and measured for average body depth for ADL and average body weight for ABW. The results are compared with the standard growth targets to assess fish health and the effectiveness of feed and management practices. Sampling data serves as the basis for adjusting feed strategies according to the nutritional needs of the fish. The feed type is changed as fish growth with pallet size and nutrient composition, modified to support the optimal growth. Proper feed management improves growth performance, feed efficiency, and overall fish health. For the sampling, growth stage, 10 to 15 grams of milkfish are fed SPB1 or fried. As the fish grow to 15 to 50 grams, they are gradually shifted to SPB2 or booster 2, and 51 to 100 grams shifted to SPB3 or booster 3. Then, when milkfish reach to 100 to 200 grams, they are given BF3 or pre-starter. At 200 to 350 grams, BF4 are provided or started. In 350 to 500 grams, the fish are fed with BF5 or grower. Milkfish weighing 600 grams and above receive BF6 or the finisher. For the daily checking of water parameters, daily monitoring of water parameters is conducted to maintain optimal water quality and support milkfish health, growth, and survival. Water quality is checked 3 times a day. 8 in the morning, 12 in the noon, and 4 in the afternoon. Daily checking of water parameters consists of salinity, dissolved oxygen, and temperature. Salinity is measured using a refractometer, while dissolved oxygen and temperature are measured using a DO-meter. The measurements are taken at the depth of 1 meter, 5 meter, and 8 meter, both inside and out the cages. The recommended water quality ranges are 3 to 6 milligrams per liter for DO and 28 to 30 ppb salinity and 28 to 32 degrees Celsius for temperature. Maintaining optimal water condition helps reduce stress, improve growth, and prevent disease and mortality. When temperature rise above the ideal range, feeding schedules are adjusted, water quality is closely monitored. Regular monitoring and timely management actions ensure efficient and productive grow-out operations. Next, feeding management. Milkfish feeding management follow a stage-specific feeding program, where feed type, feeding rate, and frequency are adjusted according to the fish size to promote optimal growth, efficient feed utilization, and cost effectiveness of production. Milkfish are fed with different types of feeds according to the growth stage, processing from SPB1 to or fry mash to SPF6 or finisher. Younger fish are fed 6 to 7 washing and replacement of cage nets are performed to remove biofouling, maintain water circulation, prevent fish injuries, and support overall fish health. These are different mesh size are used according to the growth stage of fish, such as size 22, 17, 14, 12, 10, and 8. During net replacement, a clean net is installed beneath the existing net before the old net is removed. The operation typically requires 2 divers and 5 laborers to ensure safe and efficient net painting. Used nets are cleaned with a high-pressure water pump to remove algae, dirt, and debris before use. Then damaged nets are transported for repair and returned to the farm for future use. Proper net maintenance supports fish health, water quality, and overall production efficiency. For harvesting is when still fish reach the desired marketable price and market demand is confirmed. A designated stock member verifies stock readiness before harvest operation begins. Fish are gathered using nets and divers assist in estimating catch weight to prevent overharvest and waste. The net is gradually lifted to minimize fish stress and facilitate transfer to flat boats. Harvest fish are placed in bañera, containers, and preserved using a 1 ice and 1 fish ratio to maintain the freshness. During the transport, fish are protected from direct sunlight and regularly cause physical damage to milk fish, potentially reducing product quality and market value. Overloading of drop boats. Overloading of drop boats